para mí la innovación social es igual que la innovación en general, es decir, hacer cosas nuevas que no se hayan hecho o ver hacer las mismas cosas de manera diferente.
La innovación social es muy importante en estos momentos que hay la aparición de nuevas necesidades sociales.
Social innovation as an expression is more an abstract academic thing, I guess. So what we experienced at Moritzplatz is that there was a certain need or a lack of social interaction.
To build something new, you have to work bottom up, to actually experience what are the needs of the people, what are also the resources, the forms of giving, of volunteering and so on. So I think you cannot just impose social activities, but you have to work closely with the environment, with the neighborhood, and have a very dense interaction and communication with the people that live around a place like this.
We must all work together, and we need to promote and support and celebrate those that are doing it right and are doing it very well, because at the end of the day we can always learn. Life is a learning facility, and we all have something that we can teach someone else, and I think that if we work together, the future can be very bright.
I wanted to change the idea of motherhood in Poland, not being only a Polish mother, but not being also a super mother, something between. And I think that our foundation, because of our project and social campaign, is a strong voice of mothers in Poland.
Social innovations have a polyvalent meaning. They are not only about new and what is thought to be better services, but also about ideas on how to run or govern such projects differently for change. In this sense, new ways of governing social innovation matters a lot. They affect both the relations with the users and also the connections with partners as well as political and administrative forces.
La innovación social se puede, y es una manera, un camino importantísimo de avanzar en ella, cuando es posible poner en el mismo grupo, o sea, poner a trabajar conjuntamente las autoridades gubernamentales, es decir, el gobierno, y también las fuerzas de la ciudad. Las fuerzas de la ciudad como asociaciones de vecinos, entidades del tercer sector y la sociedad civil organizada, sindicatos, etc.
Why is context so important? What do we exactly mean by context? Firstly, the local context of actors, and secondly, the ideas and attitudes prevailing in the respective urban spaces and municipalities. Hence, approaches, understandings, and concepts can take diverse forms and places. They can come from within public and state organizations, as well as from the third sector or from networks that cross-cut sectorial frontiers. What are the main types of innovations? The majority of social innovations involves a new way of providing a service. This includes changes in terms of organizational structures, processes, and types of services offered. There are also innovations in terms of new interventions on the part of the public administration, such as new financial arrangements or transfer measures. And innovations in economic, for example, funding arrangements, and political dimensions, for example, new arrangements in decision-making and participation like local networks.
What the Future Melting Pot did, they helped me structure a business plan. They helped me network, speak to people that were running their own drama workshop companies. They helped me with cash flow. They helped me to market my business, promote my business.
Tradition tells us that we normally go through an activity whereby young people will go to school, they will go to college, go to university, and then they'll get employed to get a job. That tradition has now been broken. So it's looking at other alternative options through social enterprise to how we can actually create sustainable businesses for these young people and for a generation.
Hafenforum has been a participative process on how to develop the harbour area in Münster, and it consists of several big fora where about 400 to 500 people took place, and working groups on specific questions how to develop the harbour area. So there was in the end a big parliamentary majority for a development plan, for a compromise, but citizens were still not satisfied because they did not feel really recognized by the administration and the final compromise within the town council.
In Rama Foundation we are trying to change the picture of motherhood, thinking about motherhood in Poland. And for example, we are working with women who are trying to back to the job market after their being at home with children.
So Prinzessin Garden is what we call a social and ecological urban agriculture. We transformed a 6,000 square meter piece of wasteland in the middle of Berlin into a place where vegetables grow as well as community. We started in 2009 and we have all sorts of activities from gardening to we have a restaurant where we use our products to a lot of educational work in the neighborhood and also cultural and discussion events.
Fragile meadow, in a fragile meadow, fragile meadow, a fragile meadow, a fragile meadow.
¿Cuál es la novedad relevante? La novedad relevante es que construye un modelo de inclusión para la ciudad conjuntamente la administración con las entidades sociales y con los agentes sociales. La innovación reside sobre todo en que se construye la ciudad y el plan de inclusión a partir de este concepto de ciudadanía responsable, pero sobre todo que la ejecución no solamente corresponde a la administración, sino que también son estos agentes sociales, estas entidades sociales, las que se comprometen a desarrollar pactos y acuerdos que son responsabilidad suya ejecutarlos. Es decir, por tanto, la innovación, aunque parezca paradójico, es que es verdaderamente un plan de ciudad.
Arbeitsmarktintegration und Flüchtlinge, das ist in der Bundespolitik lange ein Thema gewesen, was zwei sehr getrennte Felder gewesen sind. Und von seitens des Bundesarbeitsministeriums wurde dann irgendwann gesagt, wir müssen das zusammenbringen. Dann hat es eine erste Förderlaufzeit eines Bundesprogramms Bleiberecht gegeben. Unser Programm Mamba ist von Anfang an mit dabei gewesen, mit 4 operativen Partnern, und jetzt in der zweiten Laufzeit ist das Jobcenter der Stadt Münster noch mit dazugekommen. Es zeigt sich für uns halt auch, dass aus der Zusammenarbeit, aus der engen Zusammenarbeit dieser Akteure, dieser unterschiedlichen Akteure, ein ganz großer Nutzen für uns als Netzwerk, für die Zielgruppe, für die Flüchtlinge, die unterstützt werden wollen, und auch für die Stadtgesellschaft entsteht.
Also eine lustige Anekdote ist bei ihm, da hatte ich ja eben erzählt, sein Händedruck. Ne? Als er hier das erste Mal hierher kam, das ist aber nicht böse gemeint, nie böse gemeint, der war recht weich, ein weicher Händedruck, der eben halt, ein Handwerker gibt einem die Hand und da weiß man, wie er so arbeitet und so. Ne?
These 3 forms of social innovations are characterized by a search for better coping strategies and solutions. Social innovations are new in the context where they appear and are marked by a high degree of risk and uncertainty, among other things due to the specific context they meet. As we have seen, most social innovations are about the combination of 2 forces. On the one hand, a general idea, attitude, or utopia that makes the initiators push forward their concept, and on the other hand, providing concrete responses to issues that exist here and now. Social innovations have a double face. They are about setting signals and giving messages, as well as about changing or offering something practical and specific. Sources for innovative capital in many European cities may dry up as new social challenges re-emerge. While national frontiers play only a minor role in the development of social innovations, the local context of actors and values driving the way the city is governed is crucial. These challenges tend to eclipse the improvements that emanate from social innovations. In this context, there are very different ways of giving innovatory practices and organizations a preliminary place in the architecture of public policies and forms of governance. However, a new system for establishing an interaction between the political administrative system and social innovations has still to be developed.
I think that now the relation between a Mama Foundation and local administration is very good. And it's the outcome of hard work. I think they're one of the most respected NGOs for women, most recognized and respected.
Trust, give trust to the people. Trust them, they are able to do it and they find good solutions. Don't think as a politician or a mayor or whatever that you are the only one who has the right solutions. Ask the people and consider these knowledge and this awareness when you doing your work.
Thank you.